Hello everyone! Today we're going to see how to create a workflow that allows you to scrape images from a website. To do this, we'll go to our extension, then click on Workflow. Next, we'll create a brand new workflow called Image Scrapper. Which will be a trigger type. Once the workflow has been created, we will open it and start editing. First, we will open a website. Any website will do. For the purposes of this video, we will choose the official Agentic Workflow website. As you can see, there are various images on this website. So, the first node we will add to our workflow is a trigger node, which is the starting node of our workflow. Next, we will add another node that will allow us to retrieve all the links to the images on the website we have opened. So, we're going to go to In-Page Action, then Get Content, then Get All Image. We double-click on this node and already we have to provide a mandatory element, which is the attribute in which all the images will be saved. So I'm going to call it Images. And if I try to test this, we can see that after executing the node, we have a set of links between 50 and 63. But these links are present in an image attribute. What I would like to have is not an object, but a list of objects. So I'm going to use another node. I'm going to go to Data Transformation, then Pick Field. In the node, I realize that the previous node has the Images attribute, which has a list of links. I would like to extract the elements that are in this attribute and transform them into objects with the output field name src. So, if we go to the Output tab and try to test the node, we see that we get a list of objects and each object has an src attribute that holds the link to an image. So, we could stop there and perhaps save these links in a database or on Airtable with the Airtable integration node. But in our case, we're going to try to see how we can download these images. To do so, we're going to add the Download as File node. First, I'll open the node to see if there are any attributes that need to be specified. We need to specify file path, and in my case, the value must be src. You can see that between each node, we have the number of elements that are passed on to the next one. So we have 64 elements that are passed on to this node. So if I save and run the entire workflow, we can see that the images are automatically downloaded. That's all for today. You realize that you no longer need to download another extension to be able to scrape images from a website. All you have to do is create your own workflow and use it. See you soon for the next tutorial video.